All right, so welcome into another live stream for pregame for the Atlanta Hawks. We play the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Nobody in the stream right now, so I'm going to give it a couple seconds here, maybe a couple minutes to see if we can get some people in here. Waiting on a few more people. Uh, this might not be too long of a stream if nobody joins, so I'm going to give it a couple minutes here, wait to see if anybody pops in. We got pregame coverage of the Hawks and Hornets tonight. I think 7 o'clock tip off, so I'm going to give it a couple minutes here. Still nobody in the stream just yet. We're gonna wait a couple minutes here. I'll give it to about 6:05. So if we don't have anybody jump in the stream for in the first 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and just end stream and go from there. If you're in the stream, go ahead and pop a what's up in the chat. I'm gonna try and give it a couple minutes here. See if anybody else pops in. We'll give it to about 6:05. We'll see if anybody else joins. And trying to talk about the injury bug. Obviously the pregame coverage. We got the Hornets tonight. Trae struggles and a couple other topics I don't really have on top of my head. What's good, Jamal? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you joining, man. We're gonna try and wait on a couple other people. Normally we get more people, more people than just one. So got a couple people in there now. Say what's up in the chat if you're new. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Drop a like on the video on the stream. So let's get this Magic game. Yeah, man, Teflon, bro. The Magic, that was a tough game, bro. Um, Not really what we wanted to see out of our guys. The injury bug right now is just it's killing us, man. We lost Clint. Clint's down now for another week or two, or now a week or two. The injury bug is really killing us right now. But 50 points in the first quarter, man, it's absurd, bro. You give up 50 points to a young team like the Magic in the first quarter, and you're down by 30. That's just a hard hole to climb out of, man. Was it working? Said we let up 50 first. Yeah, man. That game just was not. I was not expecting that. Hey, appreciate it, Monk Leader. I definitely appreciate that, man. We're on our way to 900 subs. We're gonna do a jersey giveaway at 1,000. If we can get to 1,000 by the end of this year, I'm gonna be gone the last week of December. So y'all got till the last week of December for content, and then I'm gonna be on a break until the new year starts. So y'all keep that in mind if y'all want to see that jersey giveaway by the end of the year. Yeah, man, letting underdogs. It's crazy, man. The Hornets are a bad team too, but right now it's tough to say, man, because I can't underestimate anybody whenever we play. Whenever we play somebody, yeah, we really are bad without DeJounte. We really are bad without DeJounte. It's not been good. This injury bug has really riddled this team. I mean, we were hovering around that 4 or 5 seed in the Eastern Conference, and now we have fallen down to I think ninth now, and it really just keeps looking worse. Who's even healthy? And Teflon right now, Trae is as of right now, he's supposed to play, but uh I don't even consider him healthy. I know Dre is healthy and he's looked good. But right now we have no DeJounte, no JC, and no Okongwu in the lineup tonight. So I don't know, man. It's not really looking too good for our guys right now. It's gonna be hard for us to string together some wins, to be honest with you, with the way the team is playing right now, with the way the coaching is. I don't know, man. Hey, G Master, appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love. Let's try and grow this channel, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so I can do that jersey giveaway for y'all. Yeah, Monk Leader Capella's hurt, bro. He got hurt. He hurt his calf in the last against the Magic, so he's not playing tonight. He's out for they said at minimum a week, probably going to be a 2 week injury. Yeah, Gallo was really big for us off the bench last year, man. But here's the thing: even if it would have kept Gallo, man, he tore his Achilles in the Olympics, so it doesn't, or in the FIBA Cup. So it didn't really matter if we kept Gallo because we wouldn't have him this season regardless because he tore his Achilles. So, but he really was important for us last year. It's a shame that we don't have him, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, Kongu's playing tonight. I think he'll start the five. But here's the thing, man. We don't have no depth at the center position with no Capella and now Kongu moves into the starting five. We don't have no depth, man. Frank Kaminsky is not a five. He can't rebound. He can't play defense. All that he really does is kind of stretch the floor. So I don't know, man. We got our work cut out for us going forward. And it really is going to rely on the play of Trae. And if Trae cannot get going and Trae can't pick up the slack of missing these guys, it's a GG, man. Kevin for Justin. Hey, Travis Schlenk said that they wanted to get under the luxury tax. So that's why they moved Kevin Herter, which obviously has not worked out well for this team this year. Justin Holiday is dog shit. He is trash. I don't even understand why he touches the court, man. He does absolutely nothing for this team. He doesn't play defense. He's a mid shooter. He every time I feel like he touches the ball and he's shooting, he misses. I don't understand that, man. Him and Aaron Holiday has had his moments, but Justin Holiday has not been the move. We really are lacking depth this year, and I think we're gonna make a move at the deadline. Um, a lot of people have asked me what I thought about John Collins getting traded. I don't think John Collins gonna get traded, man. I really don't. Yeah, Teflon. Hey, facts, bro. Bogey comes back, and then everybody else starts to go down, dropping like flies, man. Like I feel like every single game we're missing two or three starters, and it's so hard to get a chemistry and like string together wins when you're missing your starters. I mean, this team they say we were 11-7 when all of our starters are healthy and in the lineup, and that's a pretty good record. And I mentioned that in my last stream, 11-7. But we can't get healthy, man. It's killing us right now. It's killing us. But hey, DJ, we got to definitely improve the bench. I agree, man. Because now, I will say, once we get healthy, and now AJ Griffin moves back to the bench, and we have AJ and Bogey coming off the bench. That's a big bench lift for our guys because those are two shooters that are coming off the bench, and I think that's going to benefit us going forward. But hey, facts, bro. We definitely missed the long right. We definitely missed the long right in that backup point guard role, man, because he played defense. He was a facilitator. He really did a little bit of everything. He didn't stat stuff the box score, but he did a little bit of everything. But he wanted to get paid, and Atlanta didn't want to pay him for what I seen. So it is what it is, man. It just we got to work with what we got. Hopefully we can make a move at the deadline. Um, One thing that I think Nate is a big problem right now, and I've stressed this. I've stressed this. Jesus Christ, words are hard. I've stressed this in numerous streams and numerous videos that Nate is a big problem with the coaching, the way he runs the offense. If y'all notice, against the Magic, DeAndre Hunter, my boy, Dre, he had 20 points in the second quarter, bro. And in the rest of the game, he took 4 shots. I pointed that out in my recap. He took 4 shots the rest of the game. They went away from him entirely. They stopped going looking for him. They stopped running sets for him. They stopped running pin downs for him. And that's coaching. The reason why the Grizzlies are so good without their guys is because they have an excellent coach. We don't have that. And as long as Nate McMillan is coaching his team, our ceiling is probably the second round with the anomaly that we had in the Eastern Conference Finals run, which realistically we shouldn't have even been there if Ben Simmons wasn't a choke artist. So listen, man, as long as Nate's the coach, we're not going anywhere. It's just that fucking simple. If DJ, yeah, I think if DJ was there, I definitely think we would have beat the Magic because I don't think we would have been down by 30 because of the defensive effort wouldn't have been that bad with DJ in the lineup. So missing DeJounte is really, really killing us right now. Hopefully we can get him back soon, man. Yeah, DJ, I agree, bro. We definitely need size of the five. And I mentioned this in the recap. Okongwu is not He's not the move, man. I like Okongwu, but he's too small. He is too small to play the five because even if you can get away with being 6'8", 6'9" at the five, but excuse me, you can get away with being 6'8", 6'9", but he's not strong. He's too weak to play the center position. when you look at guys who play the five that are that small, like guys like Robert Williams, Bam Adebayo, they're strong. They got big bodies. They can hold their own in the paint, and that's not a Kongu, man. That's not a Kongu. So I want to see us uh, make a move maybe to get a better backup five. And I think Okongwu is expendable at this point, man. I really do. He's improved his jumper a little bit, but unless he comes a full on stretch big and can play the four consistently, I don't really see him as that valuable on his team with Clint Capella being the starter. Because yeah, you're right. We have a big rebounding problem. A big rebounding problem. We got absolutely dominated on the glass against the Magic, and that's probably going to happen again tonight with Miles Plumlee because we don't have a body that they can put on Miles Plumlee to be able to crash the glass tonight. We're going to have a problem on our hands going forward, man. And Nate's got to figure it out. But I don't think Nate is the answer at the coach, man. I really don't. I really would like to see Joe Prunty take over this team, or even Nick Van Exel, because we seen it was Joe Prunty that drew up the last play against the Bulls on that game winning shot. It was Joe Prunty who drew that play up. So I mean, I know it's only one play, but Nate's just not the answer, man. He's not the answer. Defensive Atlanta, though, you can really fire a coach, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's not many options when you fire a coach mid-season. Um, but at the end of the day, what we've seen out of Nate has been more negative than positive. Yes, he got us to the Eastern Conference Finals run. I get that. But when you look at how this team played last year, we underachieved to what we should have been. Even with all the injuries, we still we underachieved last year getting to the play-in and then getting our ass whipped by Miami in the first round. And then we're underachieving this year. Even with all the injuries, there is games that we should not be losing that we are losing. There's no excuse for losing to the Magic last night, or not last night, the other night. There's no excuse for losing to a team like the Rockets, like the Thunder. There's no excuse for that. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. We're a playing team right now, and we're supposed to be a playoff lock. Like the way this team is constructed, with two All Stars in the backcourt, with the stretch big and John Collins who has struggled, with DeAndre Hunter being a defensive versatile wing, a rebounding and a defensive anchor in Clint Capella, we are supposed to be a playoff lock, and it just hasn't been the case this year. We have struggled to find consistency, and it's been an issue. We'll see. We'll see what happens going forward, but it's not really looking too good for us right now. We're sitting at a game under 500. It's tough, man. It really is tough right now. Yeah, the Eastern Conference Finals run was under the Lloyd's playbook, but uh, it hasn't worked. They just don't. There's not enough movement on offense. It's too much ISO. It's too much pick and roll, and it just they become stagnant and they become predictable when you are constantly running just pick and roll, or just ISO. They don't. There's no system. There's no actual offensive system in place. They don't run pin downs. They don't run enough off ball screens. Trae Young stands around whenever DeJounte has the ball, whenever somebody else has the ball, Trae stands around, and that's a problem. And that's coaching, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree, Stefan. I think the Eastern Conference Finals run was a lot of luck as well. I think it was more about Philly imploding than us really beating them. Because Joel Embiid didn't have any help. I think it was more about them imploding than Atlanta really taking that series. You feel me? So I don't know, man. So I've been worried about Stray struggles, man. And look, man, I'm gonna keep it a bean. And I've yet to say this on camera, and I've yet to say it out loud, and I've yet to say it really to anybody up until today. And before I even go into it, I love Trae. He's one of my favorite players. Hey, Brandon, appreciate you joining, bro. Trae is one of my favorite players. But when I look at the 2018 draft and I look at the production of Trae this year and I look at Luka, Atlanta really fumbled the bag, bro. We fumbled the bag. We could have had a generational talent with Luka. And we traded on draft day. And so far, yes, we made to the Eastern Conference Finals. But if we have Luka on this team, if we have Luka, We are an entirely different team, and we are a legit championship contender. And we're not losing to Miami in 5. We're not. If we have Luka on this team in place of Trae, we do not lose to Miami in 5 games. And it's facts. Listen, man, I love Trae. I love him. He's my dude. He's my guy. I've been supportive of him since we've drafted him. But at some point, he's got to be held accountable, man. We got to hold him accountable, and he's not playing good basketball. And when I look at what Luka's doing in Dallas, this dude is one of the top MVP candidates this year. He's a constant All NBA first team player, and it really pains me, man, because we fumbled the bag, bro. It's just that simple, man. I like Trae, it's my guy, but Trae being small, yeah, I appreciate or not. I agree, bro. Trae, him being so small is a problem, and I agree. Jalen got to stop shooting threes. Nate keeps him on the 3-point line, and it's a problem because he just lets it fly. And yeah, it goes in every now and then. I touched on that in my magic recap. He does not shoot threes well enough to be consistently letting it fly like that, and that's frustrating to watch, man. It really is. Trying to see if I missed any comments here. Yeah, Trae does hold the ball too long, bro. He ISOs too much, and it's been a problem. And not to say that Luka doesn't do that as well, but Luka's so much of a bigger body, and he can get buckets a lot easier than Trae. And that's where Trae struggles is his small body frame gets clamped on long defensive teams like Miami, like Toronto. So I don't know, man. It's that may be one of the draft day moves that it's I'm not going to call it like, oh, that's one of the worst moves that a team has ever made. I'm not going to go that far because Trae still is an all-star and an all NBA player. But in my opinion, I do think we fumbled the bag with that. I really do. Yeah, bro. Hey, Brandon, yeah. Luke is so unathletic and makes it he's so skilled that like it looks like he really is moving in slow mo and just is so damn good. Yeah, Trey's definitely not healthy, and I think his struggles this year, and I've touched on this in one of my past streams. I think that his struggles this year are deeper than what we have heard. I think that it goes deeper with the coach, and I really think that he's mentally. I'm not going to call him mentally broken, but I think he is mentally not there because of the way the Miami series went, and because of how with bringing in Dejounte, and I think with him clashing with Nate McMillan, I think that Trae is not there mentally, and he's hearing all the outside chatter of Trae being better, or I'm sorry, Luka being better, and the Hawks lost that trade. And now people saying that we need to trade Trae, and I think that it's getting to his head. I really think it is, and I think he's struggling offensively because of that. And you're right, bro. He doesn't look happy. Trae does not look like he's there mentally, and it looks like he's just not interested. And maybe that's his maturity level, and maybe he needs to just he does need to be a better leader. I will say that Trae's not a good leader. Dejounte is the clear leader on this team, and John Collins is a far better leader than Trae is, and that's a fact. Trae's not a good leader, and I don't think mentally he might be checked out, man. And I don't want to say that, but it looks like he's mentally checked out. And I think it may continue to stay that way unless uh unless Nate McMillan is fired. At some point, Nate's got to go. If we continue to lose ball games that we are not supposed to lose and continue to blow fourth quarter and second half leads, I don't see Nate McMillan sticking around with this team much longer. Y'all leave a like on the stream, man. Let's see if we can get the likes up. Again, sub if you are new, so y'all can get a chance of that jersey giveaway. I'm gonna mention it a couple times throughout the stream in case we got new ones popping in here. So we're almost at 900. We're less than 20 away from 900. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 by the end of the year, so y'all can get that jersey giveaway. I agree, man. We do need a veteran leader, man. I think there's not enough vets on this team. Outside of like guys like Clint Capella. Even if they don't play, even if it's not a guy that plays, we need a vet leader. That's when we had that Eastern Conference Finals run, man. We had guys like Solo, who I hated Solo. He was trash, but Lou Williams. Exactly, I was just about to mention him. Solo really wasn't like Trey's bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Like he defended him, against the Knicks in the Knicks series when what's it called? Nerlens Noel bumped him and Solo came right off and bumped him right back. That's what we need, and we don't have that this year. Lou Will was a vet leader that we don't have this year. And yeah, bro, he was bad. He was bad on the court. He really was. But we need that type of player in the locker room because we don't have that this year. And I think that, and we didn't have it last year. And I think that that's been kind of a downside of the team this year is that we don't have those veteran leaders that we have had in the past. Vince Carter was another guy that we had in the past, even though we weren't a playoff team at that point. We had him in the locker room to be able to lift guys up and everything and teach guys throughout these type of losing streaks that we don't have. I don't know if Nate makes it past the trade deadline, man. It really, I think it's all gonna depend on our record. If we're hovering around 500, if we're above 500 or at 500, I don't know if Nate gets fired. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I just don't know if they end up moving on from him if we're a 500 team or above 500 at the deadline. I think we have to be a losing team for us to really move on from Nate, which I don't know how realistic it is. I mean, it's very realistic going right now because with the injuries that we have, there's no guaranteed wins for this team, man. It's like you would think that after the way we came out against Memphis, got blown out even though we were missing guys, you would think, okay, we got the Magic now. They're a young team. We've already beat up on them this season. We're going to come out and dominate them. And that didn't happen. Yeah, they're going to work around Trae, Brandon, if, for sure, as opposed to the coach. Star players run the league, and they're never going to choose a coach over a star player. And we saw it in Brooklyn when the Nets fired Steve Nash. I mean, KD didn't like him. They fired Steve Nash, and now they're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. That's what we need. We need a fresh voice in this locker room. Yeah, trades mostly happen around the deadline, bro. We're not going to see many moves before the deadline. It's just because teams aren't really buying or selling before the deadline. It's when they get to the deadline that's when people's stock rises and when people's stock fall. And I don't really know what moves are potentially for us, but I don't think we're going to see any moves with the roster before the deadline. So we just got to be patient and see. Yeah, bro. Bogey definitely needs some help on the bench. I think once DJ comes back, once DeJounte comes back, and AJ Griffin goes back to the bench, then I think that's really going to lift our bench unit because then we can consistently play AJ and Bogey together while Trae and DJ are on the bench and really have a lot more shooting on the bench unit. And I think once John Collins comes back, now you move Jalen Johnson to the bench with Bogey and AJ Griffin. I think we can really be a good team, man, once we get our guys back. But we can't do shit without a healthy roster, man. It's just that simple. The other Bogdanovich, the what's it called? Bojan Bogdanovich on the Pistons. I think he would be a good fit, but I don't know what we have to give up because realistically, the only player that we could give up is John Collins to fit the contract. And I don't know if I like that move because of the age. He doesn't really fit with the timeline of this Hawks team because he's in his early 30s while JC's only 24 and JC still has a lot of room to grow. But Sadiq Bey, if maybe you get him and Sadiq Bey for John Collins, I wouldn't be too mad at that. I love JC. He's one of my favorite players on this team, but I know a lot of Hawks fans don't like him. A lot of Hawks fans don't thinks he should go. I disagree. I think he actually is a perfect fit with this team if they figure out how to utilize him. I mean, JC is a 20 and 10 guy. He's been a 20 and 10 guy in the past. If he's in the right position to where they give him an opportunity to get shots and play him the right way instead of keeping him on a 3-point line and run pick and roll with him, run pick and pops, and get him into in the post like he should be. Yeah, bro, the Hawks aren't using him right, man, because they run him strictly as like a just a putback type guy, and they don't run enough sets for him to where they're getting him into switches in the post for him to get to a face-up jump shot on the elbow jumper like he's consistently hit. He's hit consistent. He's hit Whoa, words are hard again. Consistently been able to hit an elbow jump shot in the post, and we haven't seen them run enough of that for him. And I don't know, man. And I think a lot of the reason why JC's struggling this year is his confidence. His confidence is not there because they don't look for him and they don't utilize him. And he's constantly in trade rumors. And it's hard for a guy to constantly play through that, man. You can't have a guy always in trade rumors and always throwing shots at him and expect him to his confidence not to falter. It's just that simple. Real quick, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water real quick because my throat's getting a little dry. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Y'all don't leave. All right, man. I'm back. I had to run and grab some water real quick because man, my throat's getting dry from talking so much. If I see Justin Holiday get another screen, hey, bro, facts. Teflon, it seems like every time he comes off a screen, he's shooting no matter what, and it is so frustrating watching a dude like him consistently lets it just lets it fly, and it's a miss every time, man. It's a miss every time. Miss a couple comments here. Yeah, JC is definitely being misused. I think that they need to utilize him more in pick and roll. Like I said, man, I think they got to get him more to the elbow and into the post. He was a 20 and 10 guy when Capella was 8 and 8. That's facts. Like they utilize Capella more than JC, bro, and I don't understand that. How many times do we see Clint Capella get an offensive rebound and he just throws it up and he hits the fucking glass and Clint Capella is so bad offensively, other than on a lob catch. He has no offensive bag, and it frustrates the hell out of me when they run pick and roll with him as opposed to JC. When JC can finish in traffic and can dunk pretty much on anybody in the league. It just I don't understand that, man. I really don't. It makes no sense. Man, it's a flash. I had to be quick on getting the water, bro. I'm thirsty as hell. See, the thing is, I wish he would shoot. I wish he would shoot more off down screens too, but they don't run it enough. What I see what the Heat do when the Heat constantly they either have Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, or Tyler Hero. They constantly are running dribble handoff pin downs for them to get them an open three off of a dribble handoff to pull up, and we do not do that. And it's so frustrating because we have guys that can hit those type of shots. We have guys who can hit those type of shots with Trae, with the Bogey, and with AJ Griffin, and they just don't do that. They'll run them off a screen, and then they just it's so stagnant, man. This offense is so predictable, and it's frustrating as hell to watch, man. It really is. Because this offense should not be that bad with the guys that we have. Team has no chemistry. I agree, bro. This team has no chemistry at all. Um, Yeah, he definitely always double team our guys. I wouldn't call the Heat dirty. I wouldn't outside of Kyle Lowry. I really wouldn't call the Heat dirty. I just think they play hard. They play physical. And if our guys are going to be soft and can't take contact and can't take physicality, then we're soft. Other than Kyle Lowry, who I do think Kyle Lowry is dirty, but other than that, I don't really think that the guys really on the Heat are dirty. The rest were pretty bad in that series. Dre in what was it, game 5, when he got called for his sixth foul, I will not forget that. When Dre got called for his sixth foul, and I stand on this, they called him for that foul because they knew Dre was about to bring our guys back and win that game. And it's a fact. Dre was single-handedly carrying them and was about to bring us back to a dub. And they fouled it out on a bullshit foul when him and PJ Tucker got into a little scramble or whatever it was. But it is what it is, man. It's frustrating, but we gotta try and see if we can build what we have. We have a good foundation, but I think we're still some pieces away in terms of being a contender. So we'll see. But yeah, JC is definitely money around the paint, bro. He doesn't get utilized like he should. I mean, he can finish in the paint over anybody. I mean, we've seen him dunk on pretty much the entire league, and they don't do that enough with him. And it really it's man, it's frustrating as hell to watch. Yeah, Dre was hooping that game, man. I love DeAndre Hunter, bro. I really do. Um, I'm probably one of the biggest DeAndre Hunter supporters out there. I don't understand the hate that this kid gets. I think this kid has the potential to be elite. He's already a good 3-and-D wing. And keep in mind, this kid's 24 years old. People are talking about Dre like Dre is like he's 30 years old or whatever. And that's just like Dre is not old. Like he's still a young dude in this league, and I don't understand why he gets so much hate. And it frustrates me, man, when I see Dre. Hey, I would no, I'm not gonna go that far, bro. I would never trade Trey before Dre, but I don't think either of them should get traded. I think both players are untouchable. To me, if I'm in the Hawks front office, DeAndre Hunter's untouchable because a 3-and-D wing is the most important piece to a championship team. And that's a fact. When you look, and I've mentioned this in past streams, when you look at teams that win championships, they all every time they have either a very good or a dominant 3-and-D wing, and that's what DeAndre Hunter can be if he's given the right shots and he's given the kind of the green light to take shots that other guys don't encourage him to take. Now I will say Dre needs to improve on his ball handling and he needs to improve on his passing and like his vision and his rebounding as well. So Dre's got a long way to go, but he's still young and I think Dre's got a lot of potential. I don't know if DeJounte's untouchable because they just got him in a trade, and they have to see if it works out with him and Trae. If he doesn't take this team, if the DeJounte trade doesn't work out to where we get to the second round or whatever, then I would call him expendable because especially because after this season, next year he's on an expiring deal. And man, I would love to have a guy like Jalen Brown. I know that's random, but I would really love to have a guy like Jalen Brown. I think Jalen Brown would be the perfect fit next to Trae. And I love DeJounte, but I just think that Jalen Brown would be a perfect fit next to Trae. Obviously, the Celtics would never part ways from him with him because they found a formula that wins with him and Jason Tatum. But that's what we need. We need a guy like that. That is next to Trae. Not saying that DeJounte can't be the guy, but DeJounte's got to improve his shooting and his decision making because there's been a lot of games, man, where DeJounte down the end of the game and the stretch of the game has been extremely sloppy with the ball and turning the ball over. Now, he saved us a lot in a lot of games, like against the Knicks the first game when we came back from down 20. But DeJounte, a lot of times, is sloppy with the ball down the stretches of games, and it's been a big problem in a lot of games. So I don't really call DeJounte untouchable. Um, I think realistically, Trey's the only untouchable piece, but a lot of people say Trey should get traded, and I just don't agree with that. I really don't. As much as I would love to have Luca, he's still an All NBA and an NBA All Star man. Even though he's struggling this year, I just think it's deeper than what we've seen. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Let me see if I missed any other. Nah, Trey's not gonna get traded, bro. It's just it. I was just saying that it actually baffles me how many Hawks fans have said that we should trade him, and how many Hawks fans have actually turned on him. Now, like turning on Trey by any means by saying that we fumbled the bag with getting Luca. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Trey, we missed an opportunity to have a generational talent. But I love Trey. I'm not turning on him. I think he will turn around at some point once there's either a coaching change or once he figures out mentally what he's got going on and what he's battling with. I think eventually he will turn around. So I know we've seen what Trey can do for this team, and I'm confident that he'll get back to that. I really am. Oh yeah, no, Teflon, I know. Hey, bro, I wasn't talking about your comment in general. I was just saying, I was just making a general comment that people are saying Trey should be traded, not necessarily saying I should be. You get what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, he is still playmaking, but I do agree he does need to stop rushing shots. I think when you see Trey come down early in the shot clock and jack up a deep three, that's where Trey needs to improve and that's where he needs to mature. And I know that's his game, but at some point your game has to translate to what works. And when we see that consistently in the early in the shot clock, and it leads to a bad possession, that's the same thing as a turnover. When you have a guy who comes down and just jacks up a 30-footer and misses, same thing as turning the ball over. I mean, that's frustrating to watch, and I hate that part of Trae's game. But sometimes he makes it, and we love it. But he has done a hell of a job of playmaking. He had 15 assists the other night against Orlando, but he just couldn't get his shot to fall. Yeah, right. It's all good and well when it's falling, but when it's not falling, it's bad shots, man. And either way, been critical of it in the past. Even when it is falling, that doesn't negate the fact that it's a bad shot. I mean, it can still be a bad shot, but go in. And we've seen that a lot of times where Trae will try and play hero ball down the end of the game, and he'll hit a deep three, but it's still a bad shot because like it's a make or miss league, and if it misses, then it could change the entire course of the game, especially at the end of a game. And we've seen it before, but yeah, Trey. Hey, facts, bro. Trey's so good. 27-10 could be a bad season. It's not even that Trey's playing. It's not even the fact that Trey's playing bad. It's that he's shooting bad. But I mean, he is doing a lot of other good things for the team. He's given a lot more effort on defense this year. So that's been nice to see. He's given a lot more effort on defense. He's still doing his job playmaking. It's just his shooting percentages and his shot selection is what really is kind of the hindrance of his play style. Um, yeah, AJ has really struggled from three. Three recently. I think they said over the last like 6 or 7 games, he shot like 30% from three. And that's kind of a I don't know. I just think that's a rookie shooting slump. We've seen it from rookies before. I think that's a rookie shooting slump, and I think he'll bounce back. I mean, this kid's 19 years old, man. We can't expect AJ Griffin to be elite, all season long. We see guys go through shooting slumps all the time, especially when they're rookies. I mean, look at Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey started out the season hot with Detroit, and he's really been kind of slumping. Same thing with Benedict Mathurin. Benedict Mathurin really started out the season super hot with the Pacers. And recently, he's been in a slump. I think they said he's shooting 10% from three over his last 5 games. So, like Benedict Mathurin, who is a top 3 rookie this year, has really struggled from three recently, and I think that's what we're seeing out of AJ, and I think he'll bounce back. Yeah, facts, bro. The whole team really is shooting bad, and that's a big issue because last year we were top three. We were top three in the league in 3-point shooting, and we're dead last this year. So when you go from top three to dead last, that's not going to translate to many wins. So that's a big issue right now with this team is the 3-point shooting. And that has to play into why, with Bogey obviously being out. I mean, we've seen Bogey light it up. We saw him light up the Nets. And then who do we come back against? I think it was the Bulls the next night that he lit him up. So Bogey's been solid since he came back. Brian, good point, man. The blown leads is a big problem as well because even when we get leads when we're shooting well, we can't close it out, and that's coaching. It's coaching. There's no other way around it because they go to ISO ball, they go to stagnant ass offense in the second half, and that's a big problem. That's backwards, a big problem. Yeah, Justin was only good against the Bucks when he hit like 4 threes or whatever. That's been his only good game of the season. That dude, he's terrible, man. He really is terrible. Yeah, I agree. Bad coaching equals bad habits. When you have a coach that consistently doesn't Nate McMillan stands on the sidelines like this every time. He shows no emotion. He doesn't get mad. He doesn't light a fire under the guys. It's just like when you hear his message in the timeouts, come on, guys, one stop at a time. Like, come on, bro. Like, he's an old school coach, and we don't need that type of old school coach for this team, man. We got a lot of young guys, and we need a coach that is going to light a fire under them, and really just lead them. I don't really know how else to put it. And Nate McMillan's just not a leader, man. I don't know how else to put it, bro. It's just he's not the right man for the job. He's really not. Yeah, I mean, that's what I Hey, I said that in my recap. Like, what did you say to the guys when they give up 50 in one quarter and and you're down by 30? But the thing about that is, bro, that's preparation. By you coming out lackluster like that, not getting stops on defense, letting a team just go crazy, that is a lack of preparation. And he did not prepare them for the Magic, and they looked at it as another rollover game. Oh, it's a bad team. We don't need to prepare, and that's what we've seen all season from him. I don't know, man. It's tough, man. It really is tough. Our bench unit was dominant last year. We had one of the best benches in the league. But Hector Sosa, I don't know what coaches are out there like in terms of right now. And they don't hire you don't hire a coach mid-season. You get an interim coach from the coaching staff and see how it plays out. Like Joe Prunty, I think Joe Prunty or Nick Van Exel would be the interim coach for the rest of the season, and then they would make a change in the offseason. Maybe like a guy like Quinn Snyder. I think Quinn Snyder would be a nice fit. We've seen him have success with the Jazz. So, Ime, dude, I would love to have Ime. I really would. Fuck the bullshit and what he's been through. I don't care about that. He's a hell of a coach. And I think he would really turn this team into a championship contender with the personnel that we have if we had Ime Udoka. It's just that simple. Um, LaMelo is back. I think he played last. I think he played last night. So I do think LaMelo is going to play tonight, and which is a problem because we don't have anybody that can guard him. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll put Dre on him because Dre's probably going to be the best person to guard him because Dejounte's out, and obviously we don't have any other guards that can guard him. I mean, unless they put AJ Griffin on him, which I don't know about that. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing, Teflon. They're on a 14-game losing streak, and they'll beat us. Watch. I will not be surprised if we lose tonight. I'm telling you, it's just we struggle against teams when like they're on a losing streak or they're just a bad team. We struggle. We struggle against everybody, man. Let's keep it honest. Other than early in the season when we look pretty good, we have really struggled against every single type of team recently. Um, but Hector, yes, bro, I would look into Ime. I think he would be an excellent coach for this team. I really do. We saw what he did with Boston last year. They were under 500 around the All Star break and went on a hot streak and completely turned around. And you have to credit Ime Udoka for that. And look at what's his name? Mizuno, Joe Mizuno, is that his name? The coach for the Celtics right now. Look at what he's doing. That's because Ime's game plan and Ime's coaching system stayed in place and he basically just kept that same system in place and now implemented that with Boston, and we see why Boston is the best team in basketball. And it started from Ime. So yes, I think Ime would be a hell of a coach for this team. Yeah, if we lose tonight, bro, I think Nate goes. Honestly, I think if we lose tonight, then Nate really, I will not be surprised if we wake up tomorrow morning and see Nate breaking news that Nate McMillan's been fired because you can't continuously lose. These are not just lottery teams that we're losing to. These are the worst teams in the league. These are teams that don't even have 10 wins yet in the league that we're losing to. And that's a problem. So like if we lose tonight, something's got to give, man. At some point, something's got to give. Thing is, we've already lost the Hornets one time this year, so hopefully we have that on the back of our minds and we can bounce back tonight. Yeah, Drew, the 10 games, man. The next 10 games can be really bad because of the injuries. It's hard to get guys into a chemistry and really get guys working well together when we constantly have guys in and out of the lineup, and that's tough. It's tough, man. Um, we have an easy we have an easy schedule like on paper, but for the Hawks, there is no easy game. There is no easy schedule because we've struggled this entire season. So real quick, we got about 15 minutes left. So y'all leave a like on the stream if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for that jersey giveaway. And let's see if we can get to 900 by the end of next week. Hopefully, again, I'm going to be gone for Christmas, the week of Christmas, so y'all will not see any content from me from the 23rd up until New Year's. And then once the New Year starts, I'll be bouncing back and firing some content out. So Hey, you may win the jersey, bro, but we gotta get to 1,000. We gotta get to 1,000 by the end of the year. If we do not get to 1,000 by the end of the year, there will be no jersey giveaway. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. I really hope it is. I would love to do a jersey giveaway for y'all because it is a player of your choice. As long as I can find the jersey, it is a player of your choice, and I will ship it directly to you. No, obviously no cost. It is a free jersey giveaway. So y'all keep that in mind. Spread the word. Get your friends. Get your family. Subscribe to the channel. That's what's coming. AI jersey. Hey, bro, I'm sorry, but it's only current players. It's only current players, Brandon. I'm only doing a current player jersey giveaway. And it's gonna be a swingman version of the jersey. I only rock authentics. Every single jersey I own is the authentic version. But I'm not gonna do an authentic jersey giveaway. It will be a swingman jersey, but y'all can't say no to free. So I'm saying we can't complain about that. So it will be your choice. So y'all get the, leave a like on this video, spread the word, see if you get your friends to subscribe to the channel. Again, 1,000 by the end of the year. We got a couple weeks left this year, and let's see if we can do it, man. I know we can. Let's keep it going. How to get that out the way real quick, man. So, um, let me see if I missed any comments, man. I don't think so, but I did miss this one. Missing Clint right now. Think we should definitely be looking at signing. Yeah, I agree, man. I think right now, hey, appreciate it, bro. I think right now, if uh with us missing Clint Capella, we have to go out and get a center. We have to, because there's no way that our bench bigs with the rebounding can withstand playing Frank Kaminsky over the next 2 weeks as the bench big. It cannot happen. We have to go get a big, whether it's DeMarcus Cousins or Dwight Howard on a 10-day contract. I don't care if it's a 10-day contract. We have to go get a big that can get rebounds and hold it down while Clint Capella's out, because if not, man, we really are going to struggle on the glass. Jaw's overrated. I think Jaw is only overrated in this aspect that he's being talked about as a top 10 player. And I don't think he's a top 10 player. I think he's overrated in the aspect of the media because of what they're comparing him to, saying he's Allen Iverson 2.0 and everything like that. Jaw's nice, man. Jaw really is nice. He's one of my favorite players, actually. But he's not a top 10 player. He's a top 5 point guard. He's just not a top 10 player. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Y'all can disagree if you like. But yeah, JC's been out over 2 weeks. He said against the Magic that he should be returning soon, but there's no timetable, man. And with those ankle injuries, you just never know. I mean, we saw LaMelo roll his ankle in preseason, and he missed the entire first month of the season. The entire first month. I really hope that's not going to be the case with JC, because we desperately need him back. Not just his scoring ability, but his defense and his rebounding that he's provided this year. We need it back, man. And oh, God damn, it's so frustrating, man. It's like I don't even know what to say, like when I go on for my recaps, because it's like a loss every single time, man. And I hate sounding depressed when I do recaps for y'all. I really do. But it's tough. It's tough being energetic and being excited when our guys just fucking shit the bed and just gets blown out. Trent, yeah, Trae, Trent, Bogey, Dre, double. Okay, so they're starting Dre at the 4 tonight. I guess I'm not mad at that. With Jalen Johnson just has not been good. He's had his moments, but he just has not been good. He has not consistently shown that he can be a good rotation player in this league. And I think that at some point he's gonna also be expendable with Double O. If Double O doesn't start crashing the glass more and start improving in the paint offensively, I don't know, man. And he definitely needs to stop shooting threes. That's not his game. I can't even tell y'all how many times I've pointed out in my recaps and everything that go to the paint, bro. It's literally what you do best when he gets to the rack and finishes in the paint. But he continuously sits at the 3-point line and just lets it fly. And I don't understand that. And that's coaching. Once again, that is coaching. Because Nate lets him do it. I don't know. I don't even know what more to say about that. Like it's crazy to me, bro. It really is. We got about 10 minutes left, man. So y'all keep firing in some questions. We got about 10 minutes left. Tip-off time is around 7:10 usually. So I'm gonna get my shit cleaned up here, get my laptop back in the I'm streaming from my laptop because I don't know how to stream from my camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. Get my laptop back in there and then get ready to put this game on. And then I don't know if I'm doing a recap. Hey, appreciate you tuning in, Brandon. I'll catch you. But appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Bedtime for a little bit. Hey, I feel it, bro. I feel it, man. I feel it. I'm gonna see you next week, bro. I'm gonna see you next Friday. Yeah, Trent Forrest. I think he's played well. I think he's played well. Um, I think he's played well in terms of like his defense and what he does, like kind of without it being in the box score. But he did struggle the last couple games, so I like Trent a little bit better off the bench than in the starting lineup. But we'll see. We'll see what he does tonight. Stupid passes, definitely. I agree. Um, Hezo for the win. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Again, we got about 10 minutes left, so y'all keep firing in the questions. Let me know what y'all can even ask personal questions, man, about myself. Doesn't always have to be about Hawks. Y'all can ask NBA related questions, what's going on around the league. I'm an NBA fan, man. Y'all know I love my Hawks, but I'm an NBA fan and I watch consistent basketball no matter what. So I'm in tune with everything that's going on around the league usually. So it doesn't always have to be Hawk related questions. I know y'all are Hawks fans as well, but y'all can keep firing the questions. It doesn't have to be Hawks related. So y'all keep that in mind. I haven't decided if I'm doing a recap yet for the Hornets game tonight. I plan on it as of right now, but it really depends on how the game goes. But I don't know if I'm going to do a recap just yet. I have to see. I have to see how I'm feeling. Knicks injured our players. Yeah, man, I hate the Knicks. Don't even get me started on the Knicks, bro. Fuck the Knicks. MVP right now is Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is. Hey, appreciate you joining in, Drew. I'll try not to have a heart attack, bro. Be easy, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, Jason Tatum right now to me is the MVP. I don't think it's even a debate. What he has done right with this season so far has been incredible. But Giannis, I think is right there as well. Oh my God, bro! If Justin Holiday drop, bro, listen, if Justin Holiday ever drops 50, I will give $100 to every single subscriber that I have. That's how confident that I am that he will never drop 50. It'll never happen ever. He's a bum. Realistic trades I see the Hawks making. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would like this. Zion is a good pick. He's definitely climbing the MVP ranks. He really is. But I still think it's Ja. He said I'm texting Justice IG right now. That's funny. Um, Realistic trades. I think it would be a good move if we made a move for Jay Crowder. I don't know if that's a possibility without giving up JC. Um, but other than that, man, I don't really know what names are floating out there on the trade market. I mean, other than Jay Crowder, he's been the most notable one. Kyle Kuzma, I know is a realistic target. That's been a rumor that Atlanta's been interested in Kyle Kuzma for John Collins. So we'll see how that whole thing plays out. I don't know how I feel about that because we get better on offense, maybe, but we lose a little bit on defense. So I don't know. I don't know how Kyle Kuzma fits in, but we'd have to see and wait. But those are the two guys that I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing. MVP's on. Yeah, I definitely agree. He's climbing the ranks. He's balling right now. But yeah, bro, I don't like Justin Holiday either, man. He is poop. He really is poop. I don't even know how else to explain it, man. He's been bad all season, other than like one or two games he's had. He's trash, man. I don't even understand why this dude touches the court. Bogey starting. I don't know. Is he? Um, I don't understand why Bogey would be starting, but maybe start Bogey in place of AJ and then bring AJ back off the bench. I don't know. I guess Nate's trying to work with different lineups to see what works. Yeah, Clint's out at least 2 weeks. We're gonna miss him. It's tough. Laurie, but I don't know if we got. No, I don't think Laurie's a realistic trade piece for us. And the reason why I say that is because there's already been a report that's came out that Atlanta called Utah about Laurie and offered John Collins, and the Jazz were not interested at all. So I don't know if that's a realistic trade piece. I don't think the Jazz are going to move on from Laurie after the year that he's been having and being a most improved candidate. I don't think that they move on from him. Trae, Trent, Bogey, DeAndre Onyeka. Okay, so I guess Bogey is starting in, and I guess they're going to bring AJ Griffin off the bench. I guess I don't know how I feel about that. With I just think that AJ Griffin's a little bit better defender than Bogey. Um, I guess we'll see. I guess Nate's trying to experience with different lineups, so we'll see. Drew should be ashamed. Hey, bro, that's wild. Drew should be ashamed. I feel that, man. I really do, because boy, he's trash. Aaron's okay. He's had his moments, but Drew Holiday is just the clear cut best brother of that group, man. I really wish we could have had Drew Holiday, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's trying to finesse, man. That's why I don't think Atlanta does that deal, because Atlanta's not going to do that. They're not going to I don't see us giving up any more draft picks. We have already invested too much draft capital into the DeJounte Murray trade. So I don't see Danny Ainge doing that trade for Laurie without getting draft capital in return. And I just don't see Travis Schlenk wanting to move more draft capital when we've already given up 3 first-round picks for DeJounte. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Yeah, Aaron has his moments, man. He plays a little bit of defense every now and then. He hits the open three occasionally, but sometimes his decision making, man, is bad. Like when he's running a break, he'll be running a 3-on-1 and he'll go up and try and go up on a layup on a 3-on-1. I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing? I just don't understand. Um, yeah, second round pick in JC. I agree, man. You can't give up a first round pick for Laurie. With JC, I just don't see it, because JC still has a high ceiling. That's what people forget, man. JC's still 24 years old, and I guarantee you, if Atlanta moves on from JC, we are going to see JC take off and play at an all-star caliber level, depending on who he goes to. I really think that JC has it in him. He has to be in the right system, in the right situation for him to live up to his potential. Because if y'all remember in the first 2 games of the season, man, JC balled. We just haven't seen it since then. We'll see. Yeah, I think, man, 20-10. JC's a 20-10 type player, man. I think if we move on from him, I think it's gonna be bad. And I think that we're gonna regret it. And it's gonna be one of those trades that we regret moving on from JC. I do not think we should move on from him. I think people say that he's not on a good contract, and I think his contract is very fair. When you look at the market for guys like him around the league, JC's $23 million contract is very fair. When you look at guys that are getting paid around, look at what the Warriors paid for Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole has not done shit this year. He's had his games, he's had his moments, but he has not done shit this year. And they're paying him $130 million to come off the bench. Come on, man. Yeah, I missed the long. I missed the long too, bro. He was solid for this team. Um, you think Dejounte's going to get a max contract? I mean, he's a max player. That's what the market is. Dejounte's a max player because that's what the market demands for a player of his caliber. When you're an all-star player, if you're an all-star, you're a max player in today's NBA. That's just the way it is. And when you look at it around the league, the guys that have gotten max contracts that have never made an all-star game or close to a max contract. DeAndre Ayton got a max contract. De'Aaron Fox got a max contract. Those guys are not all-star players. They're all-star caliber players, but they've never made an all-star team. They got max contracts. DeJounte's going to get a max contract. It's just that simple. I don't see a world where he doesn't get a max contract. Unfortunately, I mean, we're going to have to pay him. That's the thing. We're going to have to pay him. It's not that we don't have the money. It's just that we're going to have to go into the luxury tax. And that's what Travis Schlenk has not wanted to do. That's why they traded Kevin Herter. I mean, we have the money to go over the with the bird rights. When you have bird rights on somebody, you can go over the salary cap, but it's going to take us into the luxury tax, because we're going to be paying 2 max players, our backcourt 2 max players, and it's tough to have 2 max players on a contract. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 max contracts on a roster while trying to figure out the pieces around them. When you just trade when you just gave DeAndre 190 million and JC still on a $100 million contract. The wiggle room for roster spots will be very, very small if we pay him the max. Who knows, man? Maybe he'll take a discount. I doubt it, but we'll see. But yeah, man, we it's about 7. It is 7 o'clock. So the game starts in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna give it another minute or so if y'all want to fire in any last minute questions. Um, Other than that, I'm going to leave it there so y'all fire in any last minute questions if you have them before the game starts. Um, Again, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a recap. I appreciate it, bro. Teflon. We'll see. See if we can get a dub tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna do a game recap tonight. We'll see how this game goes. If we lose, I just really don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to do a recap. And I do apologize, man. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. But y'all just just be patient. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it there, man. If y'all don't have any other questions, I'm gonna pretty much leave the stream there. Um, if I don't do a recap tonight, y'all be sure to tune into my next one because I will do it for the next game. So I don't always do them for every single game. So y'all keep that in mind. There is some games where I do take off. That is why I wanted to do a stream tonight, just in case I don't get a recap out after the game tonight, which we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the game turns out. But if not, I'll catch y'all on the next recap. So I'm gonna leave it there, man. I'm gonna leave the stream there. So y'all enjoy the game. Let's see if we can get a dub tonight and get back to 500. And appreciate everybody who joined. Um, got a chance to get with y'all boys. And yeah, definitely hope we appreciate you joining, DJ. We're gonna do some more, pregame streams, man. So tune in every time we do a stream. I'm gonna be doing them a little bit more often. So y'all keep a lookout for those. Let's see if we can get a dub tonight. And I will catch y'all on the next one, man. Appreciate everybody who joined in. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.